Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I'm talking about the new comics that I picked up week 44 of 2019. These are mostly comics that came out on October 30th, 2019. So first of all, I got the new Black Canary Ignite trade paperback from DC Zoom, and I am pretty excited to read that. I really liked the Raven book, and I believe that's the same author, maybe, or maybe no, it might. It might not be the same author, but anyway, whether it is or not, these Zoom books are really fun, and they're pretty quick reads compared to some other similar length books, I would say. And yeah, they are. I've enjoyed them a lot so far. I still have to read Harley Quinn Breaking Glass, I think is the name of that one. It's on my stack of book. Everything's in my stack of books, but that's like one of the next ones after I had finished reading the latest Dragon Ball Super. The next Dragon Ball Super volume comes out in December. I'm pretty excited for that. I think it's like December 6th or something. But anyway, on to the regular sized comics. But actually, before I get to regular size comics, we have a couple of DC Black Label books, magazine or prestige format books. I got Harleen Book 2. I haven't had a chance to read this yet. Both covers. I got both covers this time, at the same time, that is. And one has Joker and Harleen. She's not in her Harley Quinn mode. Sharing an intimate moment, it looks like, and then another where she is Harley, and they are getting away from a crime scene or something, but they're driving and shooting guns. Or a gun. She's shooting a gun. But anyway, I really liked book 1, and so I'm looking forward to reading book 2 here soon. Then we have Joker Killer Smile book 1, and I don't know if I think there's multiple covers, but I only got the one cover that has like a sort of, it's kind of like a duotone, but it's different. It's like a black dot grid, and then there's some green dots behind some of the. It's an interesting style. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know what the premise of this book is, because we have so many Joker and Harley books right now, especially in these prestige format books. But I'm excited to read that too. Invisible Woman issue number 4. We're back to the regular comics. Actually, before that, 2 giant books. 100-page Aquaman Giant. 5 stories in that one for only $5, and then DC Ghosts Giant. So great for Halloween. And there are a million stories in this one. 9. There are 9 stories in this one. And it looks like it's the same length, so they're shorter stories. But this one features Batman, Wonder Woman, Zatanna, Deadman, Gentleman Ghost, the Spectre in a race against time itself. Black Lightning takes on a demon, and the haunting of John Constantine. Speaking of all this spooky stuff, I finally finished reading Witching Hour, which was the crossover with Justice League Dark and Wonder Woman, and it was pretty good so far. I liked it. And now I can jump into. That's a good jumping off point to get into the regular Wonder Woman books, because with issue 58, which I picked up issue 58 through 68 the other day. It's a new creative team, so she's onward to a new story and all that kind of stuff. So I may be able to get to reading that soon. I moved. I spent like, I don't know, like 6 hours or something like that, maybe more than that, um, getting all of my unread comics organized into short boxes. I still have to get my red comics sorted into the appropriate boxes as well, but and then I moved them down to the main level of the apartment, so that they're one step closer to being movable. I might wait and just have these moved by the moving company instead of getting all these into storage and stuff, because I do want to have them accessible, so I can read them, and keep putting more new comics in with the old new comics and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's something kind of relaxing about just sorting and alphabetizing and all that kind of stuff, and if you're in the right mood for it, that is. And not to say that you in particular, you listener, what or if that's ever the right mood, but for me anyway, it's kind of a fun thing, and I was like watching TV while I was doing it anyway, so I felt like it was pretty productive. And then we have uh yeah, so hopefully I can get, I'm like falling so far behind on so many comics, and hopefully I can get a few more caught up on. I only read like 3 books to get caught up, to get through Witching Hour, and then like one issue after that of Justice League Dark. And then I have a stack right here is just like my top priority to read, all of the Wonder Comics series, because those are really fun, and then like Jughead, Time Police, and a few others are in this stack that I feel like will be quicker fun reads. But anyway, we have Invisible Woman issue number 4. That looks pretty cool. I still have only read the first issue of that, and so I assume, I can't tell if who the character. Well, obviously Sue Richards is on the cover. I think that behind her is Black Widow. I'm not sure, but then also I did read this one, and it's a pretty good adaptation of the film. I think it's been a million years since I have seen the Little Mermaid. But the Little Mermaid issue number 1, picked this up with the intent of, well, I may as well read it when I get it, but that at some point I'll give these to my niece. I think she'll enjoy that quite a bit. Throw that with the red comics. And then let's see, we have Deceased issue number 6 out of 6. So now I've got to get to reading, getting caught up on that, because there's some like other books that are spinning out of it and all of that, and it's just a lot of fun. So then we have, I got all 3 covers. There's probably more than just the 3, but 3 main covers. I don't know what movie it's but the tagline, "They kill so fast you won't have time to scream." I don't know what horror movie that's a reference to. I am not super well versed in the movie posters of horror films, but it is a pretty cool one. What is that character's name? The chimp. He's a detective. I just read, they don't say his, I don't think they ever say his name in the last issue of Justice League Dark that I read. And it's awesome. Issue number 5, I think or 6, either 5 or 6. Blue Devil comes into play in Justice League Dark, so I'm pretty excited for that. Deceased number 6, the B cover. I don't know what character this is. Is that Apocalypse or Dark? Not Apocalypse. Apocalypse is the planet. I called the character that that the last time. Apocalypse is a character in X-Men, but Apocalypse is the planet that Darkseid is from in DC. I think that's Darkseid. On that cover, and then the main cover has a zombie Catwoman on a chain held by Harley and Ivy, and that's pretty. That's pretty awesome. I like that. Then we have two DC Black Label books that are regular size as far as their X and Y dimensions, not necessarily their thickness. But the first one is called The Last God, and this is book 1 of the Fellspire Chronicles. I don't know anything about that. It looks like super cool, like a whole like fantasy setting type thing, like Conan the Barbarian sort of sand and swords and sandals sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. I have no idea what to expect from it, but the cover, I got both covers for it, and they just remind me of old fantasy novel, even like newer fantasy novels, but with those painted epic covers with these huge battles with mythical beasts and stuff. I'm pretty excited to check that out. And then also DC Black Label, Joe Hill presents Hill House Comics. This is Basketful of Heads, issue number 1. And I also don't know anything about this, but that's a hell of a title. And we've got an axe in the logo, and an axe being held by the person in a raincoat on the cover. And they presumably that basket they're holding is full of heads. We only see an eyeball, but hey, we'll find out. Plus, chapter 1 of Sea Dogs, which seems like a lot to have in this one. It's a fairly thin issue, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay, I already talked about Black Canary. Archie 1955 issue number 2. I have not. This is a 5-issue series, so I think I might just wait until all 5 issues are out and then read them all at once. But then again, these are always fun. I mean, not necessarily fun, but like the Archie, is it 1942? Where he goes to war. Like that got pretty intense and depressing and stuff like that. So it wasn't fun, but it was definitely an interesting read. Then we have Tom Scioli's Fantastic Four Grand Design. I really like the X-Men Grand Design. I still need to read the second issue of that. It's a 2-parter, and I don't know if this one is a 2-parter as well, but I am really enjoying all Fantastic Four stuff lately, so I'm into that. Issue 12 of 12, Dead Man Logan. At last, I have all 12 issues. All 12 issues are out, and so I should get to reading all of that soon. Jughead's Time Police, issue number 5. I don't even know if I don't think I even read the first issue yet of that, but I love time travel stuff, and I like Archie comics, and I like Jughead, so that should be a great time. There's so many versions. It's like the whole Jughead multiverse on that cover. You even got the Jughead the Hugger on there. You got like the little baby version of Jughead. You got the Riverdale version of Jughead, I think that is. The TV show Riverdale that I mean. Oh wait, that looks okay. I'm getting excited for that. I gotta get caught up. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 44, another in the Necessary Evil arc, I believe. Silver Surfer Black number 5. This cover is super cool. It looks like it's sparkly, but it's not actually. It's just the design of the color, the little bits of color in there. That's really, really cool. Like for a cover that's mostly black, well done. I like that. I like that a lot. the art inside of Silver Surfer Black, I've talked about this before. This one and Martian Manhunter both have such weird, different, awesome art. I like them both a lot. Um, Star Wars Adventures: Return to Vader's Castle continues. Night of the Lava Zombies. This, I guess this is, or maybe this is the last because it was the last week of October. We'll find out next week. I could easily just look it up and see how many more of these Return to Vader's Castles there are, but I'm okay with that. Fun horror Star Wars stories. Give me more of that all the time. If they made, oh my gosh, if they made a Star Wars horror film, how cool would that be? Because they haven't really done a Marvel horror film yet, not like full on. Doctor Strange has some like sort of horror elements, not elephants. Maybe maybe in the next Doctor Strange there will be horror elephants, but how cool would it be? Both Marvel and Star Wars. I think Star Wars would be even better. To have a horror film in that universe, like no Jedi stuff, no lightsabers, none of that. Just like in Return to Vader's Castle, just one of these things, and a horrifying setting. And there's ghosts. There's established that there are ghosts. And that the one part, there have been scenes that could be in horror films in the main series, specifically on Dagobah and all of that. So I guess it could tie into the Force and stuff. But anyway, I want to see a Star Wars horror film. I want to see a Marvel horror film. Have them come out in October, and I think everybody would love to go and see horror films in those universes. So maybe someday they'll get around to doing that. Like, just do that, and you'd sell all the costumes for it. It's perfect. It comes out beginning of October, and then everybody's wearing the costumes for it, like in the entire month. Do it. Do it. You're listening, Disney? Do it. Superior Spider-Man issue number 12. I'm missing issue number 8 for some reason. Because I was going through all the issues to get there. I think I'm missing number 8. I don't know why. So I might have to search online to grab that one, or just get it on Comixology. That's the most reliable bet, and probably the cheapest bet. Although when I go to the comic book shop next, I'll have to look in their back issues. But I think I don't have it because they didn't get it like ever. So I don't know. Star Wars Adventures issue number 27. Journey to Star Wars: The Rise of Rise of Skywalker. So we're getting close. That's only like 2 months away. Less than 2 months away at this point. It's like 6 weeks away. Survivor Series is only 3 weeks away. That's crazy. I'm currently planning on driving out there, and hopefully I'm gonna leave like 2 days before, and really take my time, in case it like snows or something. Or if snow is incoming, then I can speed up and be like, all right, gotta get there. Anyway, Tales from the Dark Multiverse: The Death of Superman, and this cover has Supergirl having killed. Well, I don't know if maybe she killed him. Maybe, I'm guessing from the bloody the S shield on her chest that she killed him, but she might just be angry that he's dead. I don't know, but I am excited to read that. These Dark Multiverse books look really cool. A super thick issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is issue number 99. City at War Part 7. It has a square binded cover. That's how thick this issue is. It's got to be at least like 50 pages. But now this tells me I gotta read all these City at War I haven't read any of it yet. Got to jump in there. Wonder Woman Annual issue number 3. I just got the regular cover. I don't know if it had a variant cover. But they're trapped in Gorilla City, and it is an Event Leviathan tie-in, which I haven't read any of, but I wanted to pick that up since I am currently getting all of Wonder Woman. And then Warlord of Mars Attacks, issue number 5. I have a few issues behind on that. But again, one of these these paperback novel style fantasy sci-fi books that it's him and Deja Thoris this up in the sky of Mars above the flying saucers. I don't know if he's stepping on a flying saucer or if I don't understand the physics of what's happening on this cover, but it is pretty fun. You got Phobos and Deimos in the background, even though they're represented as globes instead of the actual shapes that they are. But hey, that's in keeping with the style of like a 50s novel cover type of thing. Because it's all throwback to that time period, I think. But yeah, that is everything for this week. I am super excited for most of this stuff. And hopefully I can get more caught up on to read and to talk about next time. I'm going to take note. I think I'm going to take note of the books that I do read before the next episode so that I can talk about more that I've actually read, even if it's stuff that I've already mentioned having picked up. I mean, obviously, everything that I do read, for the most part, will be something that I've already mentioned to have picked up. But anyway, yeah, let me know which comics you picked up this week, what you think, especially of the Black Label. I actually asked them as like, can I just get, is it possible just to subscribe to all the Black Label books? That I don't even have to think about it in case I miss them. And I thought that I missed this Last God getting it on my poll, but it turned out I did have it, but just the main cover, so it worked out. I got both covers for that, and both covers are really cool. But I guess there's a Wonder Woman Black Label book coming. I don't know anything about it. That's literally the only information I have about it. I'm sure I could find out more, but that's super exciting. I hope they do have at least one book for every main character. Like a Green Lantern Black Label book would be great. Who else? Like a Nightwing or a Robin would be really cool. Batgirl, of course, would be great. She's part of the White Curse of the White Knight story. But to have her own and for Supergirl to have her own, those both would be pretty awesome. So anyway, on top of all that, we've got Crisis on Infinite Earths. I think it is the huge crossover and bringing people back from other series and all that kind of stuff in the Arrowverse. That's super exciting, but I'm like not caught up on any of that at all. Like I have entire series that I haven't watched, but I might just say screw it, jump in, watch this season of everything, and then go back and watch the other seasons later that I have on Blu-ray. So I see like bits and pieces of the casting news and all that. Like Michael Keaton is involved somehow. I don't know, and all that is like so exciting. And I also read, I saw somewhere that they're working on a Superman and Lois Lane series. So that would be awesome if that gets back into action. And then of course Batwoman has started up again. I need to just record. I need to just record everything on YouTube TV, all the new episodes of everything, so I don't miss any of that. I know a lot of it is on the CW app, but it expires after like a couple of weeks, I think. So anyway, that's it for now. Tweet me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses, especially the dark multiverse. And so I can see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.